Bro, I've lived a life. There's been experiences out here.
Whew.
Welcome back to another episode of Jovial Pursuit Podcast. I am your host, Jovi, with my co-host, Susan. How we doing, Susan?
No, it's not. I was better until that. I'm
Oh,
tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
that's why I had to call you Susan.
No,
Get a little
no.
fire in you, Get you warmed up.
Uh-huh.
Your name is
Damn it.
Susan SaBrandon. It's on your legal
Mm-mm.
documents. And I'm finally telling the people. The people needed to know.
That would be a great bit though. If you could bet on your kids really like loving you and not resenting you, making their government name something heinous, that'd be a good long bit.
I could do it. I could do it. Jill's not going to let me with the name that I choose.
Mm-mm. I mean,
she's not going to let me choose cocaine or McRae.
I was like, it's got to be cocaina.
It's going to be
cocaina.
She's like, little pale baby. Okay, Dad. Yep. It's Poppy to you.
Yeah. And of course, it has to be extra white baby.
Yeah.
Like, why'd you name her that?
Color on her now.
Oh, is
she's
she?
darker than you. Yeah, her melanin's popped in the sun. Yeah.
Tell her to slow down. I'm doing
she a little caramel baby right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
A nice latte.
Good for her, man.
Yeah,
good for her.
She wasn't going to stay white forever. Thank you, Father.
I mean, yeah. That's a pretty low chance, though, that she's going to stay white forever.
I mean, it can be. Then we're getting into recessive traits because, a lot of us colored folk over here have white in our bloodline for reasons. So it could come back around.
What are those reasons? Probably something really ethical, right?
Buck breaking.
Oh, yeah.
It was on both sides. Yeah. they hit both up. They were like, dehumanize you in this way and dehumanize you in this way. Mm-hmm. That's how we have so many Jeffersons in the black community.
Where'd you
Thomas
get your name
was out
from?
here swinging it.
That man, like, and never really owned it like he really should have. Just like, Tom,
at that point, it's like, why would he? he was peak whiteness, dude. And
True.
He became president. He's like, bro, I'm living a life.
I can't be out here getting caught.
Go back to Mount Vernon.
Yeah,
that's where we lay down. Okay, let me stop. This is bad jokes.
Oh man,
this is dark, bro.
All right,
that's where I take my history at this point. It's like I already know the dark dampness of it. At least put a spin, some spin.
Mm-hmm.
Give me something. That's one of the things in comedy where, as comedians, there is a line, and if the joke's not good enough, then it wasn't worth it. You can only make certain jokes if it's actually going to be worth the full bit. Like, there's been interviews, forgetting Sherry Underwood. She was one who her husband killed himself, jumped off a building, and she, and her darkness of it, she's like, damn, how bad's my pussy gotta be for him to go kill himself? And I'm like the joke has to be worth it. And again, she shot at herself first before anybody else could really get to her. But there have been some comedians out there who are just telling the joke, and it's not creative, it's not, thought out, and it's just poor taste.
Yeah,
That's kind of where the line, and it's a gray area, but that's where we're at.
yeah. See, so I'm not a comedian, but you know how my mind works.
I
So
sent you some
usually,
jokes this morning. that Bro, that last one, I was like,
that
oh boy.
yep,
I felt a
that
little bad about it.
my the volume on my phone was up way too loud for that one.
Yeah.
Like, cause it like it's like loud from the jump, and then it's like, no, shoot, oh, I
Just
already,
looking around.
I, but I
Hmm.
use jokes and statements like I'll throw out one-liners usually to try to read the room, like to like because in therapy sometimes people aren't always real with what they
Facts.
think feel.
Hmm.
So I'll throw something out there like that's a little out there for what people sometimes assume a therapist would say and or do, just to be like, where we at? Like,
That's why you're
who are
good,
you
dude.
really? Who are you really? But it does mean like
It's your own
I
robot
will say
test.
things.
What's that? What's it called?
Like
That's why we do
it does mean
canvas.
like there's like I don't worry if the joke lands at all
That's fair.
because you know
You have a
I
different
want
reason behind yours, so
yeah
that
yeah
that makes sense for you.
yeah.
Me, I'm throwing stuff out there because I'll get hooked on a bit, and then I can't stop because that's where my brain's at.
Oh yeah yeah.
So, yeah. How
I
did we
have
get here? Goodness.
uh I don't know. Do we get into the
This
mental? Should we just like
this
hard
it's
turn to
not
the
even
mental
like
health?
how I started the episode. Like I was talking about a different story. we, we pulled up different. You're tired.
How
I
did
said
we?
something. Oh, no. It's because you're like, oh, well, what did they do back then? And then I was like, oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Ev-
Facts.
just so everyone knows, like I know exactly what they did. Like, come on now.
we,
And if
the
you
thing
don't,
is,
shame on you. Shame on you for not knowing.
there's not enough people that know, quite
Come
honestly.
on now.
I'm educating my wife every day about stuff. Mm,
The amount,
that's
it's
delicious.
almost entertaining now. It's slightly sad, but also slightly entertaining of like educating certain people when they're like, wait, that's not real. And you're like, oh no. Oh no, that's like legit documented. Like
Yeah.
you thought I was just like slinging stuff from the hip.
Mm.
No.
No,
No, that one's
bro.
real.
I used to eat black people.
Yeah. And then you see him be like, hold on. And then they look in
Postcards.
their face.
Bro, postcards. They were sending postcards from the town lynchings. What are we
Uh-huh.
talking? Yeah. If y'all don't know
Yep.
about this now, I'd say pick up a book, but they're getting rid of all the good ones. So, shit. Bro, I encountered for the first time in a conversation at my mom's wedding um that the idea of not calling black people slaves has made it into upstate New York. In the literature, they're not calling black people slaves. Indentured servants. And those
No,
are
come on now. Come on now.
two completely different things.
Mm,
Chattel slavery and indentured servitude is as different as what black people went through and what the Irish went through when they first got here. Completely different ball games.
yeah. And I mean I'll give the Irish people like, hey, you can have your time getting
I give
recognized for what you went through.
natives way before them. And if we're going down the line in between everybody, yeah, I mean, we got to throw
But
Asians
you
in there for sure
but
with
you
the
know what I mean?
trade.
Like when
Yeah.
people are like, what about how my people group
Mm.
got? Like we can't let's yeah,
You're
everyone can
Irish.
have
Talk
their
about the British. colonizing you and bringing you to the lowest of the low with taking all your food, and then now you've got famine in your land, so any food that you do produce is mainly still going to them, and that's why y'all motherfuckers be eating potatoes. That's why it's such a big
Yep.
staple. Like,
Yep.
you, I give you that, but don't. This is why I tell people don't compare. We can talk about the different
Uh huh.
subjects, but do not compare because it will be conflated.
Yep.
There is a curve that slavery has that you guys want to pull yourself with, and it's not the same. It's I'll be
Nope.
honest with you, it's just not the same. So
I
anyway, we're
it,
here now.
anytime
Goodness,
someone tries to do it, I'm like, nope, nope, just
just
you don't want to do that. Don't you
ooh.
don't want to do that here.
Jill was telling me something. She was watching a video about like certain songs people shouldn't sing. It was a church based video, and it's because of like the history and whatnot. And she was telling me some of the songs, and she was uh excuse me, brought up Kumbaya. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
I get why you would say that. The issue is I think people can sing it. I think people can sing it. I think people need to be educated on where it truly came from, on the facts that it came off the backs of slaves and it pretty much calling out to the Lord, like, bro, come by here. Um,
yeah,
like be with us in this time.
yeah.
And
It's
then it
not
got
a
taken
camping
by a
song.
it got taken by a white
Not
guy and blown up.
which.
And listen, if we're gonna call out everything that's been stolen, we've got way bigger things to talk about than that.
Hmm.
Like, let's skip the one song. Let's talk about all of American music coming from black gospel during
Yep.
post civil war and into Jim Crow.
Mhm.
That's where we get our early jazz. That's where we get our rock. That's where we get our R&B from. All of it, country, bluegrass, all of it stems from black gospel. If we
Mhm.
just gonna call it out like that, but you want to
Yeah.
pick and choose, like no, I think we need to be educated as a whole, everyone, because there's still some people of color that don't know this information too. Where we need to all be educated and not perpetuating it going forward. That's the biggest
Yeah.
issue. Is still
Yeah.
living that life post knowledge,
That's true.
which does in fact segue into our mental health topic today. Boom, bam, let's do it. Brandon, you got a topic for us.
Yep. So, question I had is how do you measure success in your mental health for yourself? Like, what does success look like?
All right. Do you want me to answer or do you want to
Yeah.
give? Okay.
Yeah.
My answer was one word: reflection. I don't think you can really gauge where you're at without seeing how far you've come. You do need to take a moment to look back
Yeah.
at the gap that's in between you and where you first were. So it's going to be
Yeah.
through reflection and the idea of further step introspection of like, have I truly overcome this? Or am I still needing work, but I can acknowledge I've come a long way. I think that's where the answer is. It's within that reflection.
I like that. I think for me, I think about so like the idea of measuring success, like and looking at how far you've come. Like so that reflection and introspection is a powerful thing. I think sometimes people have sometimes they don't have the greatest memory. Sometimes we forget things or we're
Mhm.
maybe too harsh on certain things.
That's true.
Um, so I think sometimes my measurement of success and how I'm doing is actually like asking like the people that I want to be impacted by my functioning the most, like
Hmm.
whether it's my wife or my kids. Just
It's valid.
um, like we'll ask the kids lots of really straightforward questions. It was this week we were talking about, so they're getting into sports and they're getting a little older, and some of these youngsters they have mouths on them, like,
Hmm.
and they lip off, and so I was talking to my son, and I was like, how do you handle your anger and your competitiveness? And because we're pretty competitive, like when we play a game as a family, I think I told you we like sat down and played a game together, and it was like we split into two teams of three,
Yep.
and loser had to make dinner for the other group.
Hmm.
And it was fun, but like there was hooping and hollering,
Of
and
course.
yeah, just kind of animated. And I was like, we're pretty competitive. How do you think you're doing with that? And he's like, I'm doing all right. And I was like, some of these kids that you're around, like, I hear them cussing people out. Like, so do you ever, like, I just want to know, like, does the thought come in your mind? Like, should I drop this word in here? And he was like, yeah, actually, that happens. And I don't know why. Um, but I was like, how does that, like, does it pop in your mind? Which word? Like, tell me, like, what is it like? Where have you heard it before? And he goes, I only ever think of the F word. And I was like, oh, wow.
So he went to the
Okay.
top.
Yeah. I was like, no, like,
That's
nothing
that's
south of that. You
P
went,
cussing.
yeah. And I was like, where have you heard that used like in anger and things? And he goes, you. And I was like, oh, shoot. And my wife looked at me and she's like, you don't, you don't really cuss. Like, when, so
that's
then
what I'm thinking.
yeah, so then it turned into like when have you heard your dad cuss like because he's upset? And then he was like, "Well, remember that time we were like at the water park and like we jumped on his back. So I'll like the kids like to wrestle. So he jumped on
Yeah.
my back and he went knee right into my spine, and I felt
Mm-hmm.
shivers all the way down, like the
Mm-hmm.
tingling all the way down to my feet, and it hurt like
Oh yeah,
it was
he
just
hit a
knee on
nerve.
spine. Yeah, hit a nerve or something. And I was like, I don't, I didn't cuss today. He was like, you said it very quietly under your breath. But that after that, he was like, I remember hearing it. And I remember and then going, oh, so dad thinks like that. So that might
It
be
only
like what
takes
happened.
one.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that was definitely a moment I probably was like,
Mm.
like,
You elongate it and hope that they don't
yeah.
catch. Ah. Son of a biscuit
So,
eating bulldog.
yeah. So
It's my favorite
like
commercial.
we'll ask the kids lots of conversations about lots of different things, like how are we
Hmm.
doing, like we're trying to be less reactive as parents when they're doing something really annoying. So like how are we doing, like do you see that are we less irritated, are we more irritated, like, and they'll be like, yeah, no, you're actually doing a lot better. um or like I'll ask my wife, like, how do you think we're doing as far as like me communicating when I want something or need something? And she'll be like, "You're still pretty bad," like, or like, whatever it is. Like,
Hmm. Yeah.
that's how I measure like how well I'm doing. Just because I I have an internalized thing where I very rarely think I'm like killing it. Like, there's some days where I'm like, I know I'm killing it today. Like, I know I'm doing
You
great.
aggravate me with that. You get on my nerves with that so much. This man
I'm
can't take
just
a compliment to save his life.
not my thing.
Jesus, Jesus himself could come back, be like, "You're one of my sons," and you'd be like, "No, I love you, but I, you're probably wrong." And he's like, "But I'm the Lord. I know all." He's like, "Yeah, you might first time for everything."
That's
That,
rude. That's a
that
little too on the nose. Oh,
that's how you do it, bro.
because you know that's exactly how that'd go down. I'd be like,
Bro, you'll get
I
to heaven,
just.
be chilling there in paradise, and be like, I don't deserve to be here. Mm-mm. Bro, you made it into paradise. You're like, nah, probably should have been purgatory. I'm not that good.
I'm.
Nail me hammer.
Yep. I was definitely gonna be like, you do know that like it would be both of us chilling together, and you'd be like doing the same thing, like, hey, we're we're in the wrong spot, right? We
No, no. Here's my question. So how did we make it here? Like we could be here, that's fine, that's cool, but I'm like, we've said some stuff down there, and
I mean, did you look at the reels that we sent? Like, you guys saw the text history, right? Like, there's some.
they covered by the blood. They said you really wash clean. It's like, hey, all right, whew. I made one good decision in my life. I made it count.
There you go.
No, it's. I think on my side to your point, I don't ask enough of like, hey, how do you think I'm doing with this? I'm just waiting on the other end for them to come back and be like, hey, you've been doing great with this. It'll be like, cool, cool. I say, I keep it up. All right, cool. It's never like an excited like, oh, awesome. It's very humbled down like, all right, cool, cool. I'm gonna keep it up. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm on the right path. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not going and asking you how do you think I've been doing. Just tell me.
I
Come to
mean,
me.
well,
Cause that's where
white
on
people.
my side, my introspection is like, I look at, say like the past month and I'll be like, well, when I got irritated, did I really blow up like I've been known to in the past? And I'd be like, nah, I took a couple moments and then expressed myself. I'm like, all right, that's good. I think
Hmm.
but it's never ceasing.
Right.
I'm always in that mode of like double checking myself. Ever since I got to this point in my mental health of like, all right, I'm gonna take my stuff and be accountable for it, and then I will also look at the other and reflect upon them to see if there's anything that I could have changed, like in my receiving of things.
Yeah. But I like when you're like when you were saying that you don't really ask. There's part of me that the first thing in my head was like, white people don't just come out and say that those
They
sort of things.
don't, and that's I'm surrounded by them. So
Oh, they don't. That's not their thing. Well,
why y'all don't talk? Y'all don't broach all the continents, and y'all don't be unless it's based about power. You don't want to say nothing.
I will say my wife does tell me though. She'll say it. She'll say it. So that makes it a little easier.
Jill does too. I'll be waiting around. She'll randomly hit me up like, "Yo, you've been stepping up. Like you've been hanging out with us more, and you know the intimacy has been up, and just closeness together and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that. Like that. That's the info I'm looking for. Where I'm like, all right, cool. Keep down the line.
Hmm.
Like I've again failed enough times to know where my right direction is. I'm still gonna stumble and fall, but
Right.
we get back on track. You hit that beeline.
I think the other thing, the reason the reason I like to ask too is like how am I doing these things is because there's sometimes things the reason I need to work on them is because I've never like mastered them or I didn't have a model for them. Like So there's no parenting model on how.
You're the model.
Huh?
You're the model.
No, I mean like
Yeah,
for me, like who follow. Like
but not everybody gets like a
no, I
model
know.
thing too. But I'm like, if there's anything though, what I'm saying is you are the model. So you become the example. And I
Yeah.
find myself in that same position, although I do model myself after you sometimes because I'm like, you do still have your head on straighter than I do. Where at least like you don't get as welled up as I do. At least like outwardly. I
Yeah.
project more in that idea where I'm like, I learn of like humbling down, but then coming back and be like, yo, wholeheartedly, I've mellowed down, but fuck you. I just didn't
But
want to come in and say it angry. I wanted to decompress a little bit.
I would
And
I
I
would like
wanted
to
you to know
very
from my
gently.
chest without screaming, go fuck yourself.
Oh man. You s-
You are such a good model of that because you
Thank
deal with
you.
some shit in the world
I
and
do.
then you just got
But
to take that to the face.
uh-huh. Yeah. You just gotta eat it sometimes. I did have your bag of things reference in my head recently with
Bag of dicks.
like, yep. There was a kid
No, it shouldn't start with
there was a
that.
kid that was lipping off at at like a fundraising event. And I was just like first thought, and I was like, oh, we no, no, nope, we don't lead with that one. Don't lead with it.
It opens a door. It kind of kicks in a door.
And yeah, it does.
Just walk in after with your head held high, chest out.
Just
One of
proud.
these.
I said that. Those words were
Mm-hmm.
said by yours
10
truly.
toes. You see these feet planted, 10 toes. And I say it to your
Uh,
mama too.
ouch. That
Cause I
would.
will. And I'm 10 toes on that too. If you got scrawny little runts, quick aside, you got scrawny little runts in the world and they lip off. I am not the person that's going to be like, hey, you need to watch your mouth. Don't say that. That's bad. I'm not him. I'm not him.
Uh,
And I don't think I'll ever be him. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I will tell that little shit. I'll kick him in his jaw if he says it to me again. And when he comes crying to you, and I repeat what he said to me, and then I tell you I will kick you in the jaw too if you don't get right. My
uh,
sister, she has a little boy, and he lips off. He was cussing people out. My guy is like 3.5, 4.
oh
Slinging all the words. And the
no.
one time he tried me with that, little boy, I snatch you up right now. Don't talk to me like that.
Hmm.
Do not, on your best day, ever talk to me like that. On any day that you think you're superior and you not gonna get whooped, I'm not him.
Hmm.
And if you think your mama's gonna stop me, I beat her ass too. And then I looked her dead in the face. Gabby, you got anything to say? Hands up, turned away. That's what I thought. I'm not the one to play.
Hmm.
I didn't mean to rhyme. I did not mean to rhyme.
Man, there's something to be said for like it's good to get pushback.
You have to. These kids today
Like,
don't know actual authority. So where when they get in the world, all they do is push back. Uh, uh. Not around here. Not around here.
I
Not to this being that you see in front of you. Mm-mm.
the things it's wild to me some of the things that they feel okay saying because like I mean you and I kind of grew up in an era where like if I would have done something like that to some of the like my friends' moms, if I would have said that in their home, they'd been like,
I would
"I'm gonna
have been
call your mom.
backhanded.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna call your mom, and I'm gonna ask for permission to beat you." Right?
Well,
Like,
there was that. I did have that too, but there was some members of our community that had automatic authority.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So you didn't need to
oh yeah.
deal with
Don't
that
need to
back and
call.
forth.
We're
I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna call you mom. If we said it, the you don't know where the hand came from. It's just a back
Mhm,
of the hand to your lips, and you're just
mhm. Yep. And then you have to like say it again, like when you got home,
oh
when
yeah.
they were like,
What? So
"Why is
what
your
did
lip
you?
swollen?"
What did you say?
Yeah,
No, you felt confident
no,
saying it out there. Say it. What did you
yeah,
say?
no, 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 no. It's
I,
nothing.
I, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. You weren't sorry then.
Uh huh,
So since you're grown now, that was always like, since you're grown,
uh
what'd
huh,
you say?
uh huh. Just that. That was always the worst. Like when you like,
Bro, I've got stories. I don't even know if I can tell them all. I'm
dude,
gonna have to tell you the one that's in my head off the air.
I lipped off to the principal on the last day of school. Lipped off to her,
Mm,
and she called my mom, and she was like, "Here,
mm.
I'm gonna spank him, like, because that's what we do in this school."
Corporal.
And I was like, "Please, it's the last day of school." And then and then she was like, Mrs. Jensen, do you want to know what he said? And I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
this is probably gonna go down a little
it
differently."
took a turn.
And then my mom looked and she goes, "You don't need to spank him." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, no, no, she knows what's up." And then she goes, "Because I'm gonna do it." And I was like, "Ah, shoot, that, okay."
Yo, it was hella long.
What?
There's some schools still.
What?
Okay, hold up. Corporal punishment in schools was never banned by a single federal law. Instead, individual states and countries outlawed it at different times, and it remains legal in 17 U.S. states.
Which 17? And they got to be all Southern ones, right?
Most likely. Most people aren't doing that though. What? Let me see.
Because that was, I mean, to go to school and have them be like, "What's your disciplinary policy?" And then be like, "Oh, we whoop your kid." Like
I beat
that's
that ass.
like,
Alabama,
wow.
Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas. Um, Also Arizona, Colorado, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, and Wyoming. While legal by state statute in some of these areas, individual school districts or state regulations may still ban or actively restrict the actual use.
Huh.
Corporal
That's
punishment is in private institutions remains legal in almost all states, with only a small handful, New Jersey, Iowa, Illinois, Maryland, and New York, prohibiting universally.
that's interesting. That's a lot more states than I thought would be.
Yeah. Ain't nobody doing it these days, though. The okay, there's pros and cons to this because as much as I just went on a whole tirade about no little shits talking to me crazy, some teachers, principals, administrators were going nuts on the corporal punishment or using it as a way of sexual harassment. So when
That
it
yeah,
started phasing out, and also kids today are more likely to fight you as well.
true.
We're kind of back in the middle at a bit of a ceasefire
Yeah.
because
That
we're getting a lot of teachers who are like, I will beat your ass. And there's enough students who are like, bring it.
Let's go.
And this is why I'm not a teacher, because I will beat your ass. You're just
I
not going to
just
talk to me crazy. I, that's a standpoint for anyone in the world. We could either talk crazy or we could meet outside and just squabble up. And I grew up in a realm of we squabble.
yeah.
We not going back and forth with words. It we gonna fight and we gonna shake hands after, cause that's what I knew men did back in the day. All right, you got it, you got it.
Hmm. They don't
But
really do that
teachers were going
anymore.
nuts. Nah. People carry too many guns these days.
Ain't that the truth though?
Yeah. But
Like
we got
that.
some other stuff we got to go before we
It's
get
true.
out of here. All right, let's run through these real quick because we got short on time. If you could learn any 2 to 3 new languages, what would you go for? And before you answer, I'll just mention what brought me to this. Uh, just want the audience to know us a little bit better. What goes through our minds?
All right. Uh I think I would choose Latin and Hebrew, actually.
Fair. I couldn't choose Latin because technically I already learned it.
Okay. Okay. Just
My
technically
school,
or
well, we actually had to learn Latin in school. So I took
oh
Latin.
dang.
So it started with early bits in like first and second grade where we talked about constellations, and then in third and fourth grade there was a bit of a break, but that's because we were getting into the other subjects. Fifth and sixth grade is when we got back into Latin with Miss Tobin, and my grade was the last year that they had Latin, if I recall correctly. So yeah, we did Latin. Like we had to learn male, female, all the groups of like random stuff in houses, tables, chairs, doors, all that type of stuff. We had
Dang.
to go through all that. My school used to be like up there on the scholastic level. Like,
I mean that's kind of like that's some private school stuff. Like
and we were small little public school, but then that No Child Left Behind.
good old George, man.
Yeah, not the smartest person. But yeah, so that's why I couldn't choose that one.
All right.
Hebrew, technically, I couldn't choose either because I'm currently in mine now.
Hmm.
I'm currently like because my scripture is in um ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, and some areas are Greek. But yeah, so like the names and stuff are all in their original versions.
Okay.
Names of cities, names of people, all that stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I just would love to because there's so much more depth. Like English, if someone's out there and loves English, English is a stupid language. It's not
It's,
descriptive enough.
it's the worst.
It's just
I wouldn't say that. I think we're descriptive. I think we're plenty descriptive.
I
I
there's
don't
just
think we
so
have
much
enough
more.
history in our Americanized version of English.
All right, I mean I could give you that.
Because
It's
that's where
just
some of it comes from. Like, if we're going with ancient Hebrew or Latin, it's like we're going with millennia of people forging this portion of the language.
yeah. I just when like reading certain things in Hebrew or Latin, like it's like English just feels like you need context that sometimes
Okay, that
like you
okay.
don't get from the word.
I
Whereas like Hebrew
okay.
and
I see
Latin
what you
seem
mean
like
there.
they give, yeah, it's like they give you the context. Like, hey,
Our
you're hearing
words
this word.
aren't built the same as like
Yeah.
their structures are. I mean, even when it comes to that, like Chinese is one that I want to learn. The one that I actually wrote down was Japanese, but that's because I watch a lot of anime. But Chinese would definitely be one because I think I've sent you a couple reels of their way that their words are structured, plays off of simpler things. But like there, like you said, there's context that is inherently known based upon the way that that word is set up or how it's
Yeah,
used.
yeah, just like
That's
even the
fair.
tone that's utilized.
Yeah, we're
I
not
mean,
a
it's
tonal language. That
mm-mm.
adds completely different levels to it. I agree with
Yep.
you on that. 100%. I agree with you on that.
So
I would
which two did you say?
so Japanese I chose three because I said you can do two or three.
All
I
right.
chose Japanese for anime, just easier watching. I already listened to it, and just read the English, but it'd be nice to be able to turn the subtitles off and just kick it. Or I'm washing dishes and I look away for 1 second and it just sounds like gibberish, and I'm like,
Yep.
no, I need
Yeah.
it.
I'll give you
um,
that.
then I think I've mentioned this before, just like in another conversation. I'd learned Showa, so the click language, one of the
Oh,
click languages. I'd learned that one. That one, it's such a creative form of speaking that, our American Western brains have a hard time even conceptualizing.
oh
Like,
yeah.
we're doing different clicks and tweets and whatnot, and that's the language. Yeah. So, and I'd also use that to start talking to animals more regularly. Yeah. I'd be picking up what they putting down and be like, I know what y'all talk about. You
Mm-hmm.
dirty birds, you.
Don't you talk like that.
There's kids
I'm listen.
around. It's like, man,
Yeah.
it's nature out here. You know what we trying to do. These songs ain't for nothing. So
The
it would
only
just
animal
become
I
a bit.
wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't want to know what dolphins are saying though, because I already know what dolphins be saying.
Bro, dolphins. It's illegal to talk to some dolphins. And I
And,
I hate that that's a thing. But my last one would be Maori. I've been getting
oh,
into Polynesian, Melanesian content. They're funny
okay.
people. They're a funny group of people.
Yeah.
They remind me so much of blacks that I'm like, I could move here and be like, y'all like my family. Like, this is
Yep.
regular. Just a
Yep.
loud group of people who like to kick back and have a good time and be singing
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And all day,
Mm-hmm.
bro, let me get out here, shake my hips a little bit. Let me show you what's up.
Mm-hmm. Dude, like there's certain cultures and people groups that
Maori,
are so
Tongan.
welcoming like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Polynesians are.
hmm but like,
And the vast,
but in
like
a
I
way
said,
where it's
Western Melanesians as well.
like once you're in, you're in.
Hmm.
You know, it's like the same
Yeah.
thing when someone's like, hey, when your black friend's like, hey, come over to the barbecue, and
Hmm.
then like someone's like, all right, you can
Bro,
say that's where you're like, yeah,
when I tell you, when I got invited to Longhouse for the first time, hanging out with Tanner and his family, I was like, oh, I'm part of the people. I,
mm-hmm,
y'all been inviting me in here. I've been to the uh baby showers that are there, birthday parties, ceremonies, all that type of stuff. Y'all let me be up in here. I appreciate y'all.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, it's different.
It. I love that there's like people that like when you're there, it's like it feels like family, even though you're like,
Yeah.
technically we're not related, but how
Oh,
they
what?
treat
But
you,
we are.
uh huh,
There's a
love that,
spirit. Yeah,
uh huh,
we got something here. The heart to
uh
heart.
huh,
Yeah.
love that.
I've never felt that at a White House.
No, white people don't even feel it at white people's houses. Like, come on now,
I I know we get on white people a lot on this show. We do. But
they need it.
they're a group that confuse me. I have a white wife and now a half white child. And being around her family sometimes I'm like, do y'all want to be here? That's just
No,
in
they
my
don't.
head. I'm like, do y'all want, and I'm like, at least when like I went back home and immediately back in, everybody pulling me in for
Yeah.
hugs. Some people
Right.
haven't seen me since I was months old. And they're
Hmm.
like, nephew.
Yeah.
I'm like, just the love
The-
is there. And like,
Oh
you don't
yeah.
really need to, like, I didn't feel uncomfortable meeting any of my family. I just walked up to them. I pulled up to the motel. I saw a black dude. I'm like, I know that black man right there. That's my uncle.
Hmm.
I hollered out the window. And he's like, "Who? That could only be
Yeah.
one brother calling out to me out here." Man.
I will. I will say I feel that way like with my in-laws, but like they're unique white because they were like missionaries. Like
So they've been around a
my
bunch of cultures and stuff.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and so like everyone's family, like so and like they'll bring you in for hugs. Everyone's like what you need, like it's
Mm-hmm.
great. So whenever someone's been like, why do you like hanging out with your in-laws? I'm like, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man, there's so much. I mean, my mom's side of the family is like that,
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, let's get together. Love my mom's side of the family. So it's not just like my side's not like
Mm-hmm.
that. My mom's side of the family's like that too. Like, come on in. You'd have to pay me money to want to hang out with my dad's side of the family. Uh-uh.
Jill's larger expanse of the family, they're definitely more like, let's get together and whatnot. Uh, they like, pulling people together and just
Well,
chatting and what's up. That's what we did
it's
when we
just
were
that
out there.
like it might just be my way of thinking about it, but I'm like,
Oh
it's
shoot.
guys, it's rough out here being a human. Like
Yeah.
you gotta have people to be like, hey, like what's good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hang out.
Hundred
Let's do
percent.
something.
It's
So
it. We got to get going. I had one thing that I really wanted to bring up, and I don't want to save it for next time.
all right.
Do you know the name of a platypus enclosure?
No.
It's called a platypussery.
I I read that somewhere in like a so I would love to actually have like
Platypussery.
exotic animals as pets.
Yes,
I'd love to. So I at one
absolutely.
point I looked up like the platypus like can you do that? Turns out they don't like doing that.
Mm-mm.
So but then one of the instructions was make sure you have an adequate platypussery and I was like no, no, no. Because then if
It's,
you have it, you have to bring that up
you
every
have
time
to.
someone's like,
Yeah. Where's
"Where do you
Perry?
sleep at night?"
He's over in the
Mm.
platypussery.
It's just
And of course,
nonsense.
if I get a platypus, they are obviously called Perry for the rest of their life.
Oh,
Perry
for
the
sure.
platypus, of course. And I'm getting them a hat. It's a
Yep.
fedora, of course.
Yeah.
All right, let's
100%.
leave off on some good advice. Let's merge both of what Brandon and I said earlier with the mental health topic of reflect and have introspection on yourself, but also ask others about how you're doing and the changes you're trying to make. I think that gives a more well-rounded view. Is if we combine our two avenues, we've covered our bases. So
Yeah.
reflect and ask questions. And on
Mhm.
that note, peace and love, y'all. We'll catch you next time. Oop, almost pressed the wrong button.